すぐにどこにいても待ってほしい青空を見ている私ひまわりのように咲き出し夏になりピカピカの太陽元気いっぱい笑顔の魔法青空を見ている私ひまわりのように咲き出し
honestly one of the greatest sci-fi books of all time. Kind of the less you know going in, the better, but because it is Geeked Week, we have a very special advanced look to share with you. Let's take a look.
There's someone behind everything. You just have to dig.
Whoa. You were not invited.
Okay, first clip, what did you...
And they're like, the device is calling them.
Yeah.
It's like, put it on again. It's like, you know?
It's a mystery for sure, and those are a couple of the scientists I mentioned earlier that are kind of caught in this web of intrigue and trying to figure out what is happening here. Speaking of what is happening here, I'm not afraid to admit it, I am a Game of Thrones super fan, and I am such a fan of John Bradley, and I love getting to see him do some real comedy here after playing Samuel Tarly in Game of Thrones. But if you want a little bit more from Three Body Problem, we also have an exclusive reveal. There will be an official Three Body Problem companion podcast hosted by entertainment superfan Jason Concepcion and scientist, educator, and television presenter Dr. Maggie. They'll take you behind the scenes and deep into the real science that inspired this mind-bender of a series.
I love a companion podcast. I'm kind of addicted to them. So I think this is such a fun way to dive into this show that is full of so much.
I really think this is one of those shows that people are just going to want to sit and think and talk about and digest and talk about a little bit more. So I love that there is the scientist here who will be able to kind of break down some of those principles, especially since I know they had some consultants on the show itself to make sure that they got all those key details correct. You're all gonna have to wait a little bit longer to find out more about Three Body Problem. It is coming to Netflix in 2024. But again, this is Geeked Week, and we come to give you sneak peeks. So if you still can't get enough of Three Body Problem, we have you covered. Head over to @3bodyproblem on Instagram for exclusive teaser art of the upcoming series. Three Body Problem is coming to Netflix March 21st, 2024.
Woohoo. Delicious.
So many goodies.
Yum, 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 yum.
Goodies.
2024 is gearing up to be a huge year for Netflix, and our next action series is gonna hit hard. Thank you for that. This is The Brother's Son.
He hit me. We don't hit family. You go anywhere near your family. There will be nowhere on earth you will be safe again. Mom?
In The Brother's Son, Bruce's son is a college student who is hiding his dreams of being an improv comedy star from his mother, played by Michelle Yeoh.
Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh,
Thank
excuse you.
Yes, my bad. His brother, Charles' son, was raised by their crime boss father to be a ruthless killer and put his duty to his family above all else. When their father is shot by a mysterious assassin, Charles goes to Los Angeles to protect his mother and give Bruce a crash course in the family business. Honestly, what's cooler than Michelle Yeoh handling a nail gun?
Drilling seemingly into a person's head. What can't she do?
Thank you. Drill.
Very versatile. What a slick show.
It looks really fun.
I really love that, yeah, it's action, they're punching, they're drilling, things are going down, but also it's funny. I want to laugh when I'm watching a show. The world makes me tired. I need to have fun.
I thought I saw dinosaurs punching each other. I thought we really hit on all the dinosaur stuff yesterday, but I'm excited about this new evolution for us. And so we obviously all know and love Michelle Yeoh, but the titular brother's son are played by Justin Chien and Samsung Lee, and honestly, I think they're so great. I'm excited to see more from them. They bring this kind of cool dynamic to the series.
And let's talk about the creators for a moment.
Okay.
Brad Falchuk from American Horror Story and Byron Wu. Like, I know those two are gonna bring gold to the screen.
Wait, I also want to shout out, and you're gonna get a kick out of this too, the director for the series is Kevin Tancherone, who we know best from directing some of the best action episodes from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Arrow, all our favorite superhero series. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the mix.
The Brother's Son premieres January 4th, 2024. So please make sure you add it to your Netflix watch list right now. You won't want to miss this the moment it drops.
You don't want to miss Mama.
Up next, we've got some killer new action series and a special early look at Sam Esmail's Leave the World Behind.
But first, from the masterminds of Cobra Kai comes yet another action show that really packs a punch, Obliterated. Are you guys feeling obliterated? Because I am.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you a little bit about Obliterated?
Please, with that segue.
In Obliterated, an elite team of military officers come together to stop a terrorist network from blowing up Las Vegas.
Great. Good.
We
It's a
need
goal.
Sin
Good.
City.
Because
We need showgirls.
We need the sphere.
We need the sphere.
We need the sphere. After they complete their mission, they celebrate with a night on the town filled with sex, drugs, and all the things that are supposed to stay in Vegas. And then they find out the bomb they neutralized was a fake and have to fight through their Vegas haze to save the day.
Okay, this sounds really fun.
It's fun.
I am just expecting the action to be really good because this series is from the masterminds behind Cobra Kai, one of my personal obsessions. So I'm just
Same.
really excited to see. It sounds a little chaotic, but I'm down for some chaos.
Well, it sounds like the Obliterated team will be getting into all kinds of trouble. And we have a first look at that exclusive clip of Obliterated right now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wow. Hey, sorry guys. Looks like I'm gonna have to join this party. It's not gonna be that kind of party, okay? Listen
All right,
up.
the U.S. government's commandeering this bus. Everybody out.
Back off, tough guy. I paid top dollar for this pussy mobile.
Did you keep the receipt? We're heading towards the strip.
Let's party.
Is your adrenaline up right now?
Listen,
yeah.
they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but I guess in this case we only need 5. Welcome to my party bus.
That'll be stuck in my head when I go to bed tonight.
That, honestly, honestly looks like a blast. I love that not only is it clearly comedic with, you know, the action you set up, but even like the camera work was playing around with like the dramatic punch-in and things like that. That looks really fun.
I'm a Teen Wolf girly, so I was happy to see Shelly in there. But what about you guys?
I mean, look, I love, as I said before, I love Legends, so seeing Nick Zano back on the screen, this show is very much like a mix of like 24 meets The Hangover, like has so much action, it's funny.
I'm happy to see a party bus. Yes, I'm happy. Yeah, because that brings me a smile.
That's your note. More party buses.
Yeah, in every show.
Well, you'll be able to board our party bus because Obliterated, starring Nick Zano and Shelley Hennig, is coming to Netflix on November 30th, 2023.
That's soon.
Beep, beep.
Next, an end-of-the-world thriller based on the incredible 2020 novel of the same name. This is Leave the World Behind.
There is no going back to normal.
In Leave the World Behind, a family's vacation is upended when two strangers arrive at night seeking refuge from a cyber attack that grows more terrifying by the minute, forcing everyone to come to terms with their place in a collapsing world.
This is literally my nightmare, but
Yeah.
also doesn't sound implausible.
This movie comes from writer and director and producer Sam Esmail of Mr. Robot fame. It recently had its AFI premiere and is produced by Esmail Corp, Red Om, which is Julia Roberts' company, and Higher Ground, which is Barack and Michelle Obama's company.
Ooh.
Wow.
Now we can check out this never-before-seen clip from Leave the World Behind.
Dad, the TV isn't working.
Whoa, easy, baby. Come on.
Dad, can you fix it?
Yeah. Well, now it's snow. Last night it was a blue screen. Wonder what that means.
What?
Yeah, see, no, it's not working.
I'm aware. Can't you, like, reboot it or something? Or go up on the roof or whatever?
No one's going on the roof.
I am definitely not going up on the roof, okay? But I'm gonna go to the store later, and maybe I can find something that, you know, help. You know, get one of those, some rabbit ears or something.
Why would a rabbit's ear help?
Ongoing cyber attacks.
I knew something was coming. The truth is much scarier.
What is the truth?
There is no going back to normal.
I am concerned.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't be after watching that?
I am stressed. I am stressed for that girl. I am stressed about those deer, and I would like to know what is happening.
What we can say, I think, is one of the things that Sam Esmail really wanted to explore with this movie is humanity's fractured relationship with nature. And I think you get a tease of that from that clip.
What a cast. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, this is a cast that it's amazing. And also, I feel that this is one of those movies that people are gonna rewatch just to talk about it and just to like dissect it. Because I feel it's one of those movies that has twists and turns.
I mean, if you've watched Mr. Robot, you know that Sam loves to pack so many details into the things that he makes.
And we know Barack Obama is such a book nerd, too.
Yes.
Love his book lists every year. So the fact that they would decide that they would really like to adapt this book into a movie is really exciting for me.
And if you haven't noticed who's in the cast, it's Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, and Myha'la.
And Kevin Bacon, which when the trailer came out for this, I love that everyone was like, it is fated. Finally, Ethan Hawke and Kevin Bacon are in the same movie together. That was what, like a minute of a clip, but even in that, I think we saw all the juicy, great filmmaking we came to expect from Sam Esmail in Mr. Robot.
I think it's definitely clear from what we just saw that this will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Oh yeah.
We're there.
I'm already.
Leave the World Behind is coming to select theaters on November 22nd, followed by a Netflix release on December 8th.
Fun fact, the next movie we're talking about has the honor of being the very first English-Canadian original film for Netflix, Code 8 Part 2. This is a fan-demanded sequel to 2019's Code 8, starring Steven and Robbie Amell. In a world where superpowered people are heavily policed by robots, imagine a robot just following you around.
I don't want to.
Exactly. An ex-con teams up with a drug lord he despises to protect a teen from a corrupt cop. What's not to love here? I mean, in all superhero movies, you feel that there's a side of them that are like humans, but here it's just, it feels real. I feel that I'm watching a documentary about superheroes. Without further ado, here's the official teaser for Code 8 Part 2.
A lot's changed since you've been gone.
Do you remember the last time that we spoke? You told me, I'm gonna kill you. Maybe think for a second about who you're talking to. Connor, I think we're gonna do big things together.
What a fun movie.
I think that this crime drama would be compelling no matter what. And then you add on the superheroes, and it's just, why wouldn't you want to watch that?
I think we've seen a lot of different superhero stories, including one starring both Steven and Robbie Amell. And I like that this is a different approach to it, even the terminology they use and the way that they interact, again, with this kind of like dystopian futuristic society. Everything just feels like it's really stepped up. The action, the effects, even some of the slow-mo stuff that we saw teased there, it looks awesome.
Robbie's like electricity powers look so cool.
They look amped.
Also, it's interesting to see Stephen Amell do something like this. Don't want to mess with him, at least don't want to mess with this character that he's playing here, so.
I mean, I didn't want to mess with him before either, to be fair. I'm gonna let him save that city, but sounds like he's messing up this one.
And we keep talking about the Amells, which I'm so glad they've made this, but we get a new cast member for Part 2, Alex Malari Jr. joining the Code 8 family.
Exciting.
And we're gonna meet that new character when Code 8 Part 2 comes out on Netflix in 2024. We have much more coming up in the showcase today. And Masters of the Universe fans, don't worry, we got you. We'll be taking a trip to Eternia soon. But first, let's talk about Oxenfree. The fandom around these games is just amazing. And Netflix recently released Oxenfree II: Lost Signals. If you're new to this franchise, here's what it's about. This is set 5 years after the events of the first Oxenfree game. In Lost Signals, we meet Riley, the protagonist. She's fresh out of the military and back in her hometown of Kamina to investigate mysterious radio signals. In the story, Oxenfree's heroines, Alex and Riley, both tune into something larger than themselves with a simple radio. Now, their voice actors, Erin Yvette and Liz Seda, meet for the first time in this Oxenfree II inside look. Roll the clip.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth Seda. I am playing Riley Poverly in the sequel to the hit game Oxenfree II, Lost Signals.
Huh, nice.
I'm Erin Yvette, and I play Alex in Oxenfree. Oh yeah, and also Oxenfree II. Surprise.
What the hell does that mean?
Nothing at all. Do what you want, forget I said anything.
One day, the phone rings. It's the Oxenfree team saying, Erin, darling, we'd love to have you back as Alex. That must have been so cool.
It was really cool. It was funny because it was like, she's almost kind of like an antagonist for a little bit. And I was like, okay, you got me. Yeah. There is a little bit of like a dependency that Alex has on Riley. She's stuck. She really can't do anything on her own right now. And so she needs to find a way to connect with Riley.
That initial meet, it's like, what? You know, it's...
Wait, you've never seen a ghost before?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
please.
To sort of, yeah, even though our characters are fundamentally similar, it's like, we're in different dimensions.
Yes, and the stakes are so high.
Yes.
I'm at the summit.
Also, I think speaks to like such a wide demographic that both of these games appeal to. Like, I know tweens who love this game. I know my friends who love this game, and it's like, it's just so cool that everybody can relate to it.
Did you have a touchstone for Riley in terms of like, she is a combination of these 7 existing characters?
I created her voice, like, what would my alter ego, who's my like badass alter ego? Because like in my life, I'm not confrontational. I don't like fighting. I don't like, arguing. I don't like any of that stuff. Yeah. But it was like my alter ego, or like the person that I... Yeah, so
that's so cool.
I guess if that makes sense.
The joy of acting.
Yeah.
Of just taking pieces of yourself and stretching them, or making them larger or smaller.
Yeah.
How about we play the game?
I think so. Let's do it. Let's do it.
No.
Oh no, Riley.
So this game, I played the first one, and it's amazing how, I'm more of a fan of like those 3D games that feels like more like Call of Duty, but this one is so well written that you lose yourself when you're playing that, like the game, and it immerses you in, and it feels like a novel. It feels like something is happening there. The story's so well done. And yeah, the graphics are just amazing.
This game is so distinct, it's so beautiful. It clearly just pulls you right in that I'm like, am I a gamer girl now? I don't know.
The dialogue sort of affects the story of the game, and also affects like your relationships within that story, which I think is really quite like something that has consequences, and there are many paths that you can take.
I love that we get to put a spotlight on some of the voice talent behind the scenes, the caliber of talent for voice acting. It's really what helps with the immersion of this. So it was so cool to see them meet for the first time. I'm sure that must be so surreal to be able to meet your counterpart between the 2 different games.
And look, if you're gonna get immersed, turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and make sure you check out Oxenfree II: Lost Signals on Netflix.
Our next series takes us back to Eternia. This is Masters of the Universe Revolution. So, Masters of the Universe Revolution returns us to Eternia, and we pick off with Teela joining forces with He-Man and the other Masters in their quest to save Eternia from the grip of darkness. So please, without further ado, check out this brand new trailer for Masters of the Universe Revolution.
For uncountable eons, I have spread across the galaxies like a virus, conquering 10,000 worlds to hone my horde. And on every planet there has always been a hero, the one.
There's a far greater power than even the power of Grayskull.
Tonight, we witness the dawn of a new Eternia. It's time for a revolution!
You know a trailer means business when you get the name of the show in the trailer, right?
Leonardo DiCaprio name.
You're totally right.
William Shatner's joining for the first time. That's huge. And he's meeting up with Mark Hamill.
That is like geek royalty. I will say too, I always geek out when we get to hear Mark Hamill doing voice acting.
Oh, yes.
His Joker's so iconic. And I love what he's bringing to Skeletor, that flavor. And as you said, kind of the evolution or revolution of what we saw him do in the previous season.
Yeah, and for me, it's all about Kevin Smith. It's one of my favorite directors. His name is there, I'm gonna be there.
As the resident Arrowverse fan, I mean, obviously I'm excited to have both Melissa Benoist and obviously Chris Wood too.
You give me Keith David as Hordak, I'm in. I was a Saturday morning cartoons kid. I was a Gargoyles kid. I was a from scratch woman. So I'm team Keith David.
And what do you think about the animation too from our friends at Powerhouse?
It's so poppy, it's beautiful, the colors are gorgeous. It just feels like a real throwback while being really, really modern.
To me, it's all about like the perfect modern version of He-Man is that thing that we just saw.
I'm excited just to see final season of He-Man versus Skeletor. I think I love the new Skeletor. Looks like he got an upgrade, something new's going on. The poppy colors, I don't know, I'm hyped to watch this.
Masters of the Universe Revolution comes out in 2024, so we don't have too long to wait.
And later today, we're visiting our friends at Powerhouse Animation for a Geeked Week exclusive sneak peek at Masters of the Universe Revolution, Blood of Zeus Season 2, Castlevania Nocturne, and the highly anticipated series, Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft.
Can't wait.
Let's talk about Onmyoji. Netflix just announced this show back in May and recently released the official trailer. Do you love male friendship? I know I keep talking about female friendship, but when boys are solving supernatural problems, I'm in.
Yes. Honestly, the animation style just looks so stunning. Really exciting to see these rich worlds come to life.
Right now, we have a never-before-seen clip debuting for the first time on Geeked Week. Here's Onmyoji.
どなたかおられぬか。まるで荒れ野だな。
芽吹いてから枯れるまで、すべてを合わせて花という。人が手を入れ、盛りの時だけ楽しもうなど、自然の道理に反しておりましょう。
安倍の生命殿ですね。これは失礼をいたしました。私は。生命殿からかわれたのですか。私は源広政と申します。今日はぶしつけにも頼みたいことがあり。うわ今度こそ本物の安倍の生命殿か。
わかりませんか。
わからぬから聞いておる。
失礼。濡れネズミにするつもりまではなかったのですが、上がりますか。
いや結構。このまま上がっては汚してしま
う。汚れるも汚れぬも人が定めたこと。私には関係ございません。
よくわからぬが。家主がそういうのであれば。
ほう。三つ虫、三つよ。
穴よ。
What I love about animes is like, you know, they're so calm and it's like, hi, how are you? My name is Luis. and then I'm gonna kill you, and then it's like an explosion of things. So you never know what's gonna happen in animes because it's like it's so like the pace. It's so like, and then you see the snake, and then you see a frog, and you don't know what to expect. So that's what I like, the unexpected.
It looked like a painting. The colors are so stunning.
It comes from Marvijak, the same animated studio behind the Seven Deadly Sins.
You can really see that animation come through too.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I think that it's classic, but at the same time it feels new, and it's one of those shows that I will watch when I was a teenager without any doubt, and my mom will need to drag me down from the TV. So yeah.
Onmyoji will be out on Netflix on November 28th, 2023.
Our next series is a horror anime based off Shigeru Mizuki's 1960s manga. This is Akuma Kun.
Akuma Kun starts off where the 90s anime left off, with tons of horror, action, and style to enjoy. Akuma Kun, a prodigy who appears once every 10,000 years.
So he last appeared in 8,000 BC?
Roughly.
Roughly. You know, he wants to create a world where all human beings can live in harmony by harnessing otherworldly forces.
What a specific goal.
And now we have a first look at a brand new clip from the first episode of Akuma Kun right here on Geek Week.
It's so bizarre to me because it's a horror anime, right? But they're all so cute with these big round faces, and it's kind of that discrepancy actually is drawing me in more.
Horror animations, they just feel so cozy. It's like, you know what it is?
I wish I'd seen this like 2 weeks ago, because like the top hat, tuxedo, cape look would have been a great Halloween costume. I mean, I think it's just so cool. I think Terry says already, they're so cute, and yet the horror really comes through it as well. It's like...
You could not see my face while we were playing the clip, people at home, but I don't know. That creature's a little creepy. I wasn't loving it. That might be in my nightmares tonight, but I'm also a big wuss.
To me, everything I saw, it was cute. Sorry.
Well, you're a tough guy, though. We've established that. You love horror.
I immediately have a lot of questions, like, hey, why is that spindly boy friends with a tiny person in a top hat? How did they meet? Where did they become friends? How did something so cute become so scary?
You know what? Want to know what's lucky for you?
What?
Akuma Kun, I think, came out yesterday.
That's the thing. So you're gonna know all those questions right now, my friends, because Akuma Kun just came out on Netflix last night, just like Terry said. So check it out. What are you waiting for? Don't miss it, but don't go away.
Stay.
Don't go anywhere.
Now, normally you'd want to stay away from Death's Door, but not today. That's because the indie darling video game, Death's Door, is coming to Netflix. Highly awarded and with reviews like Legends of Zelda meets Dark Souls, Death's Door is developed by Acid Nerve and published by Devolver Digital, and will soon be released on Netflix as part of your membership. So in Death's Door, crows reap souls, but when a soul is stolen, it's up to you to track it down in this adventure through hidden realms.
Wow. So I need to track souls. Okay, I'm sold.
I mean, Dark Souls connection.
Yeah, and souls feed you. Like, you feel better when you catch a soul and it's yours now.
One would think. Let's take a look at the game in action. Here's Death's Door.
Wait, okay, so Zelda meets Dark Souls. Fun and dangerous.
Sounds like a great time.
Actually, both punishing in their own way, but I'm into that vibe.
I mean, crows, gothiness, death. We just left spooky season, but maybe I'm ready to go back.
I saw a squid person refer to us as a fellow biped, and I actually think I'm gonna use that in my everyday life from here on out.
There's a lot of things I want to say from that. I mean, unfortunately, I am still alive. Very feral girl fall.
I will say I was getting a little bit of Howl's Moving Castle from that stomping granny boss, it looked like.
I'm obsessed with her. I'm like, that's who I want to be when I grow up. A spinning old woman just smashing whatever she wants. That's freedom.
This game feels classic, but at the same time modern, and also like that black and white part reminded me of Inside. I don't know if you have played that classic game.
Love that game, yeah. One of the best. I will say I love Devolver Digital. Agree with you. They are so awesome. They always bring such a unique flavor to the games they select, and I love that they're working with a partner like Acid Nerve, but this really was an indie darling recently, and so it's really exciting that it's going to be part of your membership.
Yep, make sure you check out Death's Door and follow Netflix Geeked for more.
And we have yet another exciting game announcement on the docket today at Geeked Week, finally coming to mobile from ASCIIsoft and our faves Devolver Digital. It's Katana Zero. Get your reflexes in check, Ari. They're ready. You're good. You got your katana. Because this one is going to slice right through your expectations. Listen to this.
Let's see.
So in Katana Zero, it's a stylish neo-noir action platformer featuring breakneck action and instant death combat. Slash, dash, and manipulate time to unravel your past in this beautifully brutal acrobatic display.
I will say our producer, Cyrus, has hyped this game up a lot. He came up and said 10 out of 10 for him. So I have high expectations for when it comes out, and I can play it.
All right, well, that's a perfect setup because we are going to check out the gameplay trailer for Katana Zero right now. Okay, that gameplay looked right up my alley, and I don't know if it's synthwave or chill wave or whatever kind of wave it is, but
you're on it.
That music, I'm gonna have on loop. That is gonna be my lo-fi beats that I'm listening to for here on out.
That's the thing. I can basically relax with that music, and that I feel it's what's interesting about this game is that there's violence, but at the same time, this beautiful music comes out, and it's just like, wow, it's perfect.
Look, I have so many things I love, you know? Swords, time manipulation, and acrobatics, so.
2 words there, beautiful, brutal. What's not to love there?
Lisandro, we've learned your taste. This is right up your alley.
I really am into like hot pink, neon, also swords. I used to live with a sword. So I think this is beautiful.
I mean, from the poster alone, but also this is such a beloved game already. It's really exciting. It's exclusively coming to mobile only on Netflix.
And all subscribers already have access to Netflix games. So when this is available, you can just sword on in.
That's how you play games, too.
Yeah, this. That's how we know I'm a gamer.
I mean, I just love how it looks. I love the sort of animation or whatever you call it of Katana Zero sort of just speeding through enemies. I think that was so cool. I'm hyped to play this.
Amazing. Well, Death's Door and Katana Zero will both be coming to your mobile device soon, but in the meantime, and we're gonna keep reminding you about this, be sure to check out other games currently available to play on Netflix's app, including Oxenfree II, Shadow and Bone Enter the Fold, of course Oxenfree I, and a Geeked Week favorite, Point P.
I know you guys know I have my katana, but
You're
it's time.
invisible.
You can't wait. You can't wait. This show is for you.
Me. And it came out last week. Set in Edo period Japan, Blue Eye Samurai follows Mizu, a mixed-race master of the sword who lives a life in disguise, seeking the deliverance of revenge.
So I think it's important to know that like this series is very much an adult animated series.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Rated R for revenge.
Yes, rated R for revenge. I'm using that.
And like while it's animated, it definitely has this feel of a live action too.
Yes. And you know, there's a fun fact about that. Blue Eye Samurai was recently released, and if you think the show's fight sequences look stunning and realistic, Chancellor, here's the reason. Expert fighters choreographed and filmed their combat performances, and we've got an inside look at what makes the fight sequences look so amazing. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Jane Wu, and this is Making of a Warrior. Bringing the stunt choreographer in the beginning was, to me, keeping the authenticity of the martial arts.
I met Jing Wu in a martial arts club.
He's sort of like my little brother. He came over a lot, and we spent a lot of time together with our martial arts community.
I've been doing Kung Fu since I was 10. When I choreograph, I focus on the storytelling, on the character developing.
Just imagine this is Clint Eastwood in every single shot. That's who Mizu needs to be.
Revenge does not hesitate.
Being from live action and having some experience in animation, I really wanted to combine these thought process together to create something that feels new. Our production was very much prepped like a live action show. It's just when it came down to shoot, it was animated instead. Sunny and I would talk about story, because it's always story and character first, and how does the story and character support the action?
I look at this scene. What is this scene about? In this sequence, the principal idea is me to tell the audience, let me show you what I know. Let me show you what I got. Who's next? It is a process about how to explore myself, to be open. I kind of pick this, I pick that, and put together.
He would take a couple of days out to choreograph it, learn it. He would shoot sections of it and then present it to me.
We'll have a security camera looking through the whole thing, a master shot. It's very much like making a live play.
And it gave me goosebumps seeing that. It's pretty epic.
I can now understand how Maya Erskine, who voiced Mizu, was like giving her best Clint Eastwood in every single scene that she was in. And that voice cast truly is such a gift, top to bottom. I mean, we have Netflix family, Darren Barnett, but you also have folks like George Takei and Ming-Na Wen, and even Kenneth Branagh in there. So yeah, just what a voice cast.
I love that featurette so much. I think just the attention to detail that went into crafting those fight sequences, I mean, I think it really pays off. I mean, I was sitting here jealous of like the animators getting to take some martial arts classes so they could understand what it felt like to throw a punch and use some of these weapons. And the fact that like everything we see in the show is sort of based on what could realistically happen, I think just elevates those fights.
Yes, because they shot the sequences and then animated right over it.
Yeah.
It feels so easy. It feels like, oh, I can do that in my 1996 computer, but that's not the case. So it's like, I feel that the craftsmanship behind this thing is just in another level.
Well, first of all, we're gonna get you a new computer. I feel like you're due for an upgrade. But
Please.
also, I do really like this kind of twist on a revenge story. I've had a chance to check it out. As you mentioned, it came out last week. And it really is just this stunningly, beautifully animated, badass, like I'm obsessed with Mizu and the fights and everything that's going on.
It looks so clean. Like I see the picture and it looks clean, like that animation. And it's just like, I feel it's great. And again, it's that mix of like action, but like it feels old, but modern. It's one of those projects that, you know, they're there for fans to say, wow.
I mean, I love revenge, you know?
Love revenge.
That's, yeah, me too. if there's like revenge, I'm in. I can sit there for hours. I don't get, yeah, it's like revenge is my thing.
Rated R for
Not
revenge.
personally, I need to say.
Not personally.
It's just for stories. Okay, we can continue.
And if you also love revenge and haven't already added this show to your watch list, now is your chance. Blue Eye Samurai is streaming only on Netflix right now. Get those swords out.
Now it's time for another brand new announcement. This next film is the latest installment in one of our favorite Netflix fantasy franchises. Let's take a look.
The humans aren't looking for truth. It's no longer about sustenance. It's about greed.
That's right, we can exclusively reveal the brand new animated movie from Studio Mir, The Witcher: Sirens of the Deep. And did you recognize Geralt's voice?
I did.
I did.
I did.
That's none other than Doug Cockle, the iconic voice of Geralt from The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt video game.
A incredible video game, an incredible voice actor.
I think I spent 3 years playing that game, no joke, like revisiting and like, yeah.
There's no way to not have fun with that game.
Yes.
The movie happens between episodes 5 and 6 of season 1 and is based on one of the original Witcher short stories. So guys, what do you think we're gonna see?
I'm assuming there's gonna be sirens. I'm assuming there's gonna be water. I'm assuming it's gonna be deep.
You think we'd leave you with just a tease? This is Geek Week after all. Let's check it out.
I know who you are. White Wolf. We have a monster problem off our shore.
Witcher, your services are required.
Who sent you after me?
We've had peace for too many tides to have it end now.
I'm not helping justify a war.
War has already begun.
I love the Witcher short stories. They're some of my favorite. I love just how self-contained and honestly bittersweet they are. So I'm really excited to see this brought to life.
And we hear about the continents so much in the flagship Witcher series, but I'm really excited to dive into new waters. Like, what's going on down there?
Only Geralt.
Just doing his thing. He's my guy.
Your best bud.
Yeah.
Studio Mir is my guy. If a studio can be your guy. I love their animation style. I think they're so incredible, and I love what they continue to bring to the Witcher universe.
Something I really love about like the Witcher flagship, I know I keep bringing it up, but I genuinely love that show. Everyone's always so mad when they see Geralt. Every single time at the beginning, they're like, "Oh, the White Wolf's here," and I love that it's another Witcher to bring problems. And I love that in this movie,
They're like doing that again, but with that epic voice.
And in addition to Doug Cockle offering his voice talents, we also get Joey Beatty and Anya Chalotra, who play Jaskier and Yennefer in the Witcher live-action series, lending their voices here.
Wow.
Mom and Uncle.
Mom
here.
and Uncle.
Well, The Witcher Sirens of the Deep is coming to Netflix in late 2024.
It's time to spotlight a highly anticipated Netflix original series.
Speaking of spotlight, can we get some more light in here, please?
Good point.
I got you.
Oh, wow.
Can we get a little more light? This looks familiar.
As fans know, we are in the battle arena right now, which means it's time to talk about YuYu Hakusho. This live-action series is based on one of the most legendary battle-action manga of all time. Let me tell you a little bit more about it if you're not familiar. So in YuYu Hakusho, a 14-year-old Yusuke Urameshi is killed after pushing a child out of the way of an oncoming car. You'd think that that sounded heroic, but actually, Yusuke is known for his really bad attitude. So when he dies, the spirit world is shocked that he would do something as noble as sacrifice himself for a child. So things aren't so bad for Yusuke, even though this series opens with him literally dying, because he's given a chance to be resurrected and return to the world as a spirit detective, an investigator of the supernatural.
Ooh, promotion.
We have your first sneak peek at Yu Yu Hakusho right now on Geek Week. Let's take a look at the official teaser trailer. Roll it.
こんな俺を信じてくれる奴らがいるってな。しがみついてでも守る。
トグロ、新しい仕事の依頼だ。
面白い案件だといいけどね。
That looked awesome.
I mean, come on, the spirit gun just...
I mean, yeah, you're summoning it right now, straight from the battle arena. Chancellor, this sounds like exactly your kind of show.
I mean, look, you're right. This sounds right up my alley.
Supernatural is my all-time favorite show, so if you're telling me people are investigating the supernatural, I am in.
And ones who come back from the dead, too. Love that.
Oh, I love when people come back from the dead and investigate the supernatural.
It's checking every one of your boxes, and you too, Lisandro, because it sounds like it might have a little bit of horror in there.
Spooky. If it
Spirit
has
world.
spirits, it's like, yeah, I'm there.
I feel like the team from Netflix Japan has become really adept at these manga to live action adaptations. I mean, who doesn't love Alice in Borderland?
They basically nailed it. Like every time I see, like the first time I watched Alice in Borderland, it was just like, okay, they got in my head. I don't know what happened here, but it's basically like the live action, version was the same thing I was picturing before it became a thing. So now it's the same. So I'm now scared of these guys because they're basically reading my mind in a positive way.
Technology these days. I mean, it was really exciting that the trailer finally revealed everything we wanted to see, from the cast led by Takumi Kitamura to the look and feel of the show.
One scene, it's one thing. It began like, oh, he's dead. And then it's like explosions, monsters, people, hacking other monsters. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like immediately like, when am I adding this to my list?
YuYu Hakusho is out December 14th on Netflix.
Thanks for joining us. We're back with another showcase for you tomorrow.
That's right, we still have a ton to talk about. We'll be debuting the official teaser trailer for Millie Bobby Brown's upcoming fantasy film, Damsel. Plus, we've got something extra special for One Piece fans.
And Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which has been blowing up ever since the teaser dropped over the summer. And on Sunday, Zack Snyder will be here to get deep into Rebel Moon.
But don't go anywhere yet, because up next we have an exclusive spotlight on Powerhouse Animation Studios.
They're the creative geniuses behind shows like Blood of Zeus, Castlevania Nocturne, Masters of the Universe Revolution, and the highly anticipated Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. Check it out.
Go!
Go!
Obviously, Powerhouse is, known for high action, fight choreography, and this cowboy anime aesthetic. We have, a fairly specific style, some might say, but we are capable of literally anything.
It's definitely going to be Lara Croft in an anime style. Really excited for that to come out and see how people react to it.
As far as the fights themselves, I really think it's just a lot of fun seeing all of these powers be used in all of these different ways.
The Greek gods are basically the world's first superheroes, and so having that in our arsenal to play with is such an advantage. We can do so many different things with it.
It's not just about the depth of the storytelling, it's also about the depth of the characters as well.
You'll find that there's a lot of familiar aspects to it, and then also a lot of new things, and we hope you enjoy the adventure.
All right. Where would you like to start?
Castlevania Nocturne style has evolved a little bit from the previous seasons. First of all, talking color, we're a lot more muted, and the shadows were a lot darker. But this season, because we're in France and it's pastel and it's colorful and the shadows are a lot more saturated, it's a lot more bright, it's a bit more anime. The backgrounds are more painterly this time. As far as character design specifically, we have tried to make it a little bit more delicate this time. For instance, on Alucard, he had shadows on either side of his nose, pretty much at all times. That was from an Ayami Kojima design language that she would do a lot in her paintings, but it came out kind of dark in the first seasons. This season, we've removed that and kind of put it on either side of a face depending on where the lighting is coming from. Line mileage is how many lines you draw a character with. Depending on how close to the camera is, we have a lot more detail going on. In previous seasons, if a character is getting closer to the camera, they would still have, for instance, the same number of eyelashes, the same number of little hair strandies. But this time, for close-ups, we really wanted to make the close-ups all-star moments. We really said, let's make every close-up a really beautiful illustration with hair flyaways. We even actually have an eyelash style guide for how many eyelashes characters have at specific distances, extra eyelashes, extra eye shines, and we wanted to make the line art very delicate. So there's a lot of breakage in the line, so instead of drawing a line, you just draw one full line. We'll draw a line, and then we'll stop, and then we'll continue, and then stop, and then continue. Rococo and Baroque etchings and illustrations. And of course, Ayami Kojima's ink work is beautiful, and there's a lot of hatchiness in there. instead of just like really harsh, dark shadows. One element that we brought from the games that I'm pretty excited about was the Thorn Whip that Richter uses. It's not exactly the Thorn Whip, but Sam, our director, he had ice forms all the way down the whip, and it forms in a thorny pattern, and I thought that was very cool. Things that I would love to bring into the show that will always be rejected are, there's an item in Symphony of the Night called the sunglasses, and the description is, cool looking sunglasses. Alucard wears these, and it can raise his defense by 1 point, and I think it lowers his intelligence because they're so garish looking. I think that would be pretty funny. People please draw that, because I can't. Castlevania is full of a lot of very goofy things. It's a little bit difficult to adapt a character who has already existed in the show before, especially with Alucard. He's a fan favorite, everybody loves him. He's already gorgeous, so what are we gonna do? Because a lot of people were drawing season 4 Alucard, where he's very elongated, but in the new season, he's a little, he's a little squished. And so I gave the animators and layout artists, and I showed a drawing of season 4 Alucard, and then like a thumb squishing him down. And we actually give that to people a lot. We're like, oh, could you please get this a little bit more? And it's just this awful, goofy drawing. We're very particular about Alucard. I don't think a single drawing of Alucard goes untouched by a lot of people. We're seeing what works from season 1 and really emphasizing it on season 2. One part of that is having what's called a layout team, where internally we will do really beautiful drawings over top the storyboards to send to our outsourced partners. We're doing a lot of stuff ourselves. We're doing a lot of animation in-house, like looked at fully by the entire team. I think it'll just be fun to see how Alucard's interactions play out with the other cast, because Alucard has been around for a long time now. He's not a 19-year-old anymore. Our cast is younger, and so it's gonna be like, get off my lawn, I'm excited to see how he interacts with them, or if he sees them making choices that he's already made, for instance. Someone's been around for longer, they make mistakes, they're like, don't do that, I made that mistake, and then younger person is like, I'm gonna make that mistake.
Right. What could possibly go wrong?
As a character design supervisor, I helped design the style of the show, most of the main characters, but I also manage a team of character artists who help bring all of the character assets that we need for the show, which is like a massive library. Inspirations for the style of the show will definitely be from some of my experience working at Powerhouse. The thing I'm like most excited for on working for Tomb Raider is that I helped design Lara Croft, and that was an honor to be able to work on. One of the things that we really wanted to make sure to bring out for this iteration of Lara is to make sure that we bridge the Lara Croft from the newer Survivor games growing into the classic Lara that we know from the classic games. Having the existing video games gives us like a vast library to work with. And so we can always reference like older outfits that she's had from different climates and conditions, and that's been really helpful. We definitely have to like kind of pick and choose what to keep in there and make sure that it is efficient for animation. Games have tons and tons of texture. You can build all sorts of detailed, intricate tattoos and stuff like that. So for us, we have to really simplify so that the animation is particularly efficient. There's going to be a lot of little sprinkles of Easter eggs of different outfits, props that you'll see reflected. She travels to a lot of areas. She's also going to be exploring a lot of new and unexplored places.
Since I was 3, I've been a fan of Masters of the Universe. It's been a part of my life forever. I've been collecting toys since I was little. I still collect toys to this day. The day I turned 18, I went to the tattoo parlor and I got a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe tattoo sleeve. It was the first tattoo I ever got. There's Skeletor, there's He-Man, Tila. They're old. These are like 22 years old. Evil Lyn goes all the way up. The Sorceress is right there. Castle Grayskull is up here. For Masters of the Universe Revolution, at the beginning, I come in and help build schedules, I make budgets, I work with our clients to get those approved, and basically build the blueprint for what is going to be our entire production. One of our directors, Adam Connerow, he is a master of color, and the directors really wanted to level up how bright, how saturated. When you think of Saturday morning cartoons, you know, you think about the sun coming up in the morning, you make a bowl of very bright cereal, you sit down and you eat it, and you just watch a smorgasbord of entertainment for you as a kid. That's what we were trying to create for adults now. Motu Revelation, its center theme is really about technology versus magic. This season, we really do focus on what makes Eternia special. Is it magic? Is it technology? Is it both? If you control one versus the other, do you have an upper hand? The main thing that I want people to know about this season is, you want He-Man? This has got He-Man in it. He is kicking butt. There's a lot of fun adventure. There's a lot of fun action. If you are a Motu fan, pure, you know, through and through, you are gonna need to have the pause button ready because there are Easter eggs all over this thing. What we're doing on Motu Revolution this season is just second to none. It's incredible. It looks gorgeous.
He's not a mortal. He's my son.
I'm most excited for the fans about the epicness of Season 2, and I think the fans are going to be really excited about what's to come. The biggest change, I think, was simplifying some of the characters. They were really challenging to draw, and so one of the reasons we brought in Jay was to help simplify that, streamline that process.
My name is Jay Kim. I'm the supervising director for a show called Blood of Zeus.
The best thing about Jay is his experience. He comes from so many different backgrounds of animation. He's worked with Brad Bird and some of the best on Iron Giant. We actually go back to Futurama. We shared a credit on that, unbeknownst until we started working together.
It was really exciting coming back to 2D animations and expand the world from the season 1, so we have like a very unique places.
One of the things we try to do is stay true to certain things, whether it's a prop or something like that. We have a water clock in episode 202, and we did the research on what is a water clock, what is a proper Greek water clock, what does it look like, how do these function, and try to bring as much truth to things like that as possible. We saw the underworld, I think, for one shot in season 1, and now we get to open that up and explore that, so it's really exciting.
From season 2, we try to introduce a new character, which happens to be Hades.
Hades is a god. He's been demonized by the world. He's still got emotions. He's still got his feelings.
It's a deep story about all this like love and betrayal.
I think there's going to be a good surprise in terms of how we treat Hades.
I don't want to reveal the details, and I want the people to enjoy, to watch the show to find out.
Season 1 was great. I think season 2 is bigger. It's going to be better. I think you're going to love it, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. Hey Geeked Week, my name is Michael Hughes. I'm one of the executive producers for Blood of Zeus. We are excited to share this exclusive Geeked Week sneak peek with you guys. We hope you enjoy, and we're excited for season 2.
Join me, brother. We can have our vengeance and end the reign of the gods. They're more flawed than we are. They've ruined our lives. Our mother is dead because of them. Don't you want to avenge her death? You are either with me or against me.
He got what he deserved.
Maybe.
He killed your mother. The fates are calling. Heron.
Seraphim might have been a monster, but he was right about one thing. The gods are more flawed than we are. Why should we listen to them?
These 4 shows are incredible. I'm really excited for them to come out. Powerhouse has had some really lucky breaks over the years, but we've also put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get ourselves where we are today.
We really, really, really appreciate our fans.
Fans will be satisfied.
I think you're gonna love it, and I can't wait for y'all to see it.
The latest on your favorite Netflix shows and films?
Yes.
You'll find news, videos, interviews, and more on Doom, the official Netflix site to help find and fuel your fandom. 3 Body Problem, Obliterated, Leave the World Behind, and more. Make Geeked Week last all year on Doom.com.